Hey everybody, welcome back to my vlog for today. Today is Tuesday, which means it's Top 5 Tuesday. And for today I did a Top 5 series of video games that I like, which is very difficult to pick from because there's so many good games out there. Like, I was going to do it by just game, but there's too many. So I did it by series, or franchises, whatever you want to call them. So it just reminded me when I was younger and I got my first PlayStation. I used to spend so much time playing that thing. It's ridiculous. It was like one of the coolest things in the world. Um, so, and one of the things that I did used to do, I know it's like cheating, but I had a Game Shark that I used with my PlayStation. I didn't always use it, but it was fun to screw around with. Especially on certain, games I'll talk about in a minute. But yeah, picking these games were tough. It was even tougher ranking them 1 to 5. I went based off of childhood memories with these games because the series started when I was a kid. So I'm just going back to when I was a kid and some of the games that I would play. Although there is one game on the list that I didn't play when I was a kid. It's something more recent, but it's still a series nonetheless. It's one that I like a lot. One that I've put a lot of hours into for PS3 and PS4. But yeah, anyways, the fifth game on the list is Fallout. Now, Fallout is a great game. I have it for PS3. And I also have it for PS4. But I've only ever played Fallout Game of the Year, Fallout 3 Game of the Year Edition, New Vegas, whatever is the Ultimate Edition or something like that. And then I've played Fallout 4. I haven't played Fallout 76 or anything like that. Or I did play the first Fallout, the first one that was on the computer. And the second one, the first two didn't really do it for me. I didn't really like them very much. I like the 3, New Vegas, 4. I heard bad things about Fallout 76, so I'm probably not gonna go buy that and try it or anything. So, but anyways, next game comes one of my favorite characters ever created. He's the whole deal. He's one of the best. It's one of the best video games ever made, or series of video games ever made. I'm sorry, I should have said. And he's one of my most favorites, and that would be Duke Nukem. Duke Nukem is awesome. The video games are great. There was a bit of a wait for one. I think they waited, I don't know how many years for a new Duke Nukem to come out. But I used to play Duke 3D and Duke Nukem Time to Kill a lot on PS1. I think there's one called Land of the Babes too. I played that a little bit. But anyways, yeah, Duke Nukem is number 4. And number 3, I chose a game that a lot of people like, and it was tough to pick it and put it in rank it. But I picked for my third game. I chose Grand Theft Auto. One, because I have a lot of childhood memories playing this game as well. And I used to have a job. I'm not going to say where, but I had to stock shelves. And when I was working at night, it was just me. And back then, I had an Eclipse, and I hooked up my PlayStation, my mini. I don't know if any of you guys remember the small PS1 that they used to have. Well, I used to have one that had a screen that you could put on the back of it. So I would play my PlayStation for like 3 hours, and then I would go in and stock the shelves and then go home. So that's another reason why GTA 6 out of my mind. But I used to play it a lot. Even as a kid, I would play it a lot. Even the London version of GTA, those overhead versions of GTA they're really fun when I was a kid. But anyways, for the sake of time here, oh yes, number 2. Number 2 is, to me, one of the best games ever made. It was something that another game that I played a lot, and I mean a lot. The whole series of Twisted Metal has been great, especially for PlayStation 1. Those were the classics. Those are the ones I remember a lot playing when I was a kid. I would just listen to like Rage Against the Machine and play Twisted Metal, and it was just, I don't know, it was just so much fun. Like just the idea of a car combat kind of a game, it was awesome. It was very appealing to me. So I mean, it was tough to pick these four, and especially the last game is one game that was very difficult to place on this list. It's because like Twisted Metal, Duke Nukem, and well, I will give an honorable mention before I really reveal number one. I think Doom deserves an honorable mention. I played Doom a lot, but that's not the point. The point is the first game that I picked. I mean, the game I picked to go first on the list as number one is one game that I've played. I haven't played all of them because some of them weren't available on the systems that I had. Like there was one for GameCube. I don't have a GameCube. Not really a fan of the new Nintendos. But the last game I picked to put on in the number one spot for my top 5 video games is Resident Evil. Now Resident Evil was a game that when it came out, I was a kid. It scared me, and I remember playing it when I was by myself. I was like afraid to do anything, just because that game is just like brilliantly made. One thing that always got me with that game was the camera angles. Like you could hear something was coming after you, but you couldn't see it. It wasn't always like that, but there's a lot of different camera angles they use in Resident Evil to make the game more creepy and like spooky like. And I spent like with the other games on this list, I spent countless hours playing Resident Evil and playing it with Game Shark and without Game Shark. The Game Shark was just something to screw around with. I thought it was fun. But playing Resident Evil normally, I mean, you got to know what you're doing. It's part of the survival horror genre. So I mean, you gotta keep in mind that in the game you gotta ration things out. You gotta like make sure you save as much of whatever, and you gotta use your ammunition sparingly. And that's why when I see people do like speed runs and everything, they just run through the zombies instead of sitting there and taking the time to shoot them. Which I never thought of doing. I just always went through the game and played it normally, I guess you could say. But yeah, those are my games. Resident Evil, Twisted Metal, Grand Theft Auto, Duke Nukem, and Fallout. Those are my top 5 favorite video games. Now that list was very difficult to make. I would say that I would do a top 10, but the video would be too long. That and it would be even more difficult to pick. Not like it wasn't difficult to pick these 5 video games, but I have a lot of memories tied to these games, and one of my goals is to buy an old PlayStation 1 and an old PlayStation 2 and get some games from them and start playing those again, just because it's been so long. But yeah, that is my blog for today. I'm debating on going outside because it's hot as you know what outside, and I was going to try doing something different with the blog, but anyways, if I do, I'll be back. If not, then it is what it is. So anyhow, I'm going to wrap this vlog up. If you guys liked it, leave me a thumbs up. If you guys have anything to say, leave me a comment. Let me know what your favorite video game is, or video games. That, and also consider subscribing, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys will get notified when I, make a new video or go live. So anyhow, that's going to be it for me for now. I'll catch you guys in the next one.